I didn't choose everyone, but I chose what to do with them. And one day I realized pain can build you too. I asked myself 1,000 times, why me? Why did life have to be this way for me? I watch dreams break apart in my hands, and people walk away without making plans. I carry storms inside my chest, smiling outside while my soul had no rest. But time spoke softly into my ear and told me even winter has a reason to appear. I learned that tears are not defeat, they're the water that helps the heart heal deep. A seed doesn't break the earth for fun, it breaks through because it was born to become. I no longer fight everything I lost, because it helped me understand the cost. That no one truly knows their inner strength until darkness pushes them to awaken. I turn pain into power, my scars into wisdom every hour. Every fall made me believe I still had wings I could retrieve. I turned fear into discipline, sadness into the fire within. And even when the road feels long, my heart refuses to give up and be gone. Because even the sun rests at night and always rises with new light. I don't wanna carry so much hate, it's too heavy for one heart to take. I'd rather keep the lessons I've earned, because even failure has something to return. I don't need the world to understand. Some battles are won without a crowd to stand, and every step I take without giving in is another promise I make within. Today I embrace the version of me who was afraid but still chose to believe. And before I leave I tell the mirror, thank you for staying when everything looked over. If life ever breaks your soul, don't hide. Stars are born in the darkest part of the sky, and maybe the scar you hide today will become the proof tomorrow that you survive. I turn pain into power, my scars into wisdom every hour. Every fall made me believe I still had wings I could retrieve. I turn fear into discipline, sadness into the fire within. And even when the road feels long, my heart refuses to give up and be gone. Because even the sun rests at night and always rises with new light. Today I no longer ask life why it happened. I thank it, because the fire that tried to consume me ended up turning me. I never threw in the towel. There are battles nobody sees, wars that happen inside. And even when I thought I had nothing left, I never threw in the towel. There were nights when silence weighed more than pain, when my only enemy lived inside my brain. I watched doors close right in front of me, but something deep inside refused to let me leave. While the world kept moving without looking back, I was picking up the pieces to get back on track. I had no answers, only the need as well. But wounds teach stories no words can tell. And even when nobody understood my fight, my heart kept beating through the night. Because there is a strength you cannot touch, but it appears when life becomes too much. It has no face, no name to recall. It simply whispers one more time. I never threw in the towel, even when I couldn't breathe. Even when life wanted to see me leave. When everything was dark, I learned to find my light. Because the strongest fire is born from the fight. I never threw in the towel, even when it hurt to go on. Because I learned giving up is also a choice. And I chose to fight even without seeing the end. Because some dreams are worth a lifetime to defend. I'm no longer afraid to start again. Yeah. That's where I learned my true strength within. I don't need applause to feel complete. My peace is greater than any victory. Every fall left me with a lesson to keep. Every betrayal made my spirit run deep. Now I look in the mirror and someone stands there. Someone who survived when life wasn't fair. Now I walk slow but I walk with belief. Cause rushing often steals relief. Yeah. And even if destiny challenges me once more, I know my spirit won't break at its core. If you're tired of today, then rest but don't quit. Mountains are never conquered by speed. They're conquered by taking one more step. When your legs no longer lead, remember this: the strongest steel is the one that survived the fight. I never threw in the towel, even when I couldn't breathe. Even when life wanted to see me leave. When everything was dark, I learned to find my light. Because the strongest fire is born from the fight. I never threw in the towel, even when it hurt to go on. Because I learned giving up is also a choice. And I chose to fight even without seeing the end. Because some dreams are worth a lifetime to defend. And if tomorrow I fall again, I'll rise again. Because I'm not defined by how many times I lost. I'm defined by the fact that I never stopped trying. Listen, life didn't always give you what you asked for, but it always teaches you what you need to learn. Don't be afraid to start from the ground. The strongest trees grew slowly around. Don't chase applause, chase your peace. Because the noise of the world will eventually cease. Protect what helps your spirit grow, and let go of what you already know. Some people come to walk by your side, others come just to teach and leave your life. Don't confuse being alone with being lost. The greatest answers come when silence talks. And remember, time is a borrowed gift. Don't waste it trying to live someone else's script. Not everyone will understand your purpose, and not everyone will stay beside you. But an eagle never asks the wind for permission. It simply spreads its wings. I'm the winner of 1,000 battles no one ever saw. Every scar I carry became a law. I have power cause I learned to fall, and self-love because I chose myself through it all. I have goals too big to fit on a wall, dreams too large to fit on paper at all. And even if the road tries to disappear, the one born with purpose will always find a way here. Don't answer hate from those who wanted you to break. The best revenge is the progress you make. Guard your mind the way you guard a seed, because what you plant is what you'll receive. Don't make promises you cannot keep. but never promise your dreams you'll leave. Character is built when nobody sees. Discipline turns impossible into a reality. Yeah. Learn to say no without carrying shame. Your energy matters just the same. Don't carry burdens that were never your own. Everyone has a path they must walk alone. If life ever takes the ground from beneath your feet, grow wings. If fear ever knocks on your door, let it watch how hard you work. If you ever doubt your worth, look into the mirror and remember everything you survived. I'm the winner of 1,000 battles no one ever saw. Every scar I carry became a law. I have power cause I learned to fall. Then self-love because I chose myself through it all. I have goals too big to fit on a wall, dreams too large to fit on paper at all. And even if the road tries to disappear, the one born with purpose will always find a way here. Money can be earned, fame can disappear. People can change, but the person who learns to respect themselves becomes unstoppable. Becomes unstoppable. Becomes unstoppable. Sometimes I don't need answers, just a moment to breathe. There are days I don't talk to anyone, not because I don't want to, but because I'm organizing my soul inside. I smile on the outside, but my chest feels heavy, like every thought carries its own sadness already. And I sit in silence, listening to my mind, even when what it says isn't always kind. I've carried things I never said out loud, emotions nobody sees when life gets loud. But I'm still here, breathing slow, healing wounds without letting it show. And I learn not every day has to be fine. Sometimes you just keep going in time, cause even in the quiet, cold and still, there's a part of me that's learning to feel. This is my silent release, where my soul speaks in inner peace. Not everything is broken, just on its way. And in this process I find myself again each day. Slow breathing, I'm still here, even when inside it doesn't feel clear. But I know after the storm in my mind, peace will return. I'll be alright. I learned not everything can be explained. Some burdens fade away with time and pain. And even if the world keeps running ahead, I stay for a moment to rebuild instead. It's not weakness to feel too deep, it's a heart that finally woke from sleep. And even when I lose who I am inside, I know my essence will always survive. I don't need to run, I don't need to prove, I just need to understand myself and let myself move. This is my silent release, where my soul speaks in inner peace. Not everything is broken, just on its way. And in this process I find myself again each day. Slow breathing, I'm still here, even when inside it doesn't feel clear. But I know after the storm in my mind, peace will return. I'll be alright. And if tomorrow I'll feel the same again. It's okay, that's also part of healing. Say one decision can change your life. Mine changed the day I stopped negotiating with my own fears. There was a time when fear spoke for me, and doubt decided who I would be. I looked at the horizon but couldn't move ahead, because invisible chains can still leave you misled. I live waiting for the perfect day, not knowing time never wastes that way. Until one morning I got tired of losing ground and chose to believe in what I hadn't found. I made decisions that hurt in the beginning, but the strongest roots are born from struggling. I exiled the negativity that once ruled my soul, and welcomed the person I was meant to become whole. Now I walk with courage even when I can't see the end, because fear was never a place where I should live in. I learned that storms don't last forever in the sky, and the strongest spirit is born from the hardest fight. I wasn't born to live a life controlled by fear. I came to build roads where others disappear, and if the shadows come trying to stop my light, I carry a fire they can never hide. They can never hide. Yeah. Wisdom came disguised as pain and defeat, 'cause life's hardest lessons make us complete. I learned that losing is not always the end. Sometimes it's the price that helps us ascend. The tree is never afraid of winter's cold embrace, because it knows spring will return with grace. And the river never stops to look behind, because it knows the ocean is where it's designed. Don't waste your strength fighting yesterday. The past is a teacher, not a place to stay. Guard your mind the way you gotta see, because what you plant today becomes what you'll need. And remember this truth whenever you fall: the mountain never moves at all. The one who learns to climb becomes the strongest of all. Now I walk with courage even when I can't see the end, because fear was never a place where I should live in. I learned that storms don't last forever in the sky, and the strongest spirit is born from the hardest fight. I wasn't born to live a life controlled by fear. I came to build roads where others disappear, and if the shadows come trying to stop my light, I carry a fire they can never hide. And if doubt ever knocks on my door again, I'll invite it to sit down so it can see who I became. Everything comes in this time. Yeah. Slow down, breathe. Not everything that takes time is lost. I used to look at life with desperation, watching others arrive while I was still in creation. I thought the clock was racing against me, until I learned every soul has its own destiny. Some flowers bloom in the springtime light, others wait through winter to shine bright. It doesn't mean they're worth any less, they were simply written for a different season of success. I got tired of comparing my way, measuring my steps by someone else's day, because the river never races the sea, it simply keeps flowing where it's meant to be. And life whispers softly to me, you don't have to run. The sun never competes with the moon, yet both know how to light the world. Everything comes in its time, even when I cannot see the sign. There's no rush when destiny is still shaping the person in me. Don't compete, evolve instead, because peace helps dreams get fed. The strongest tree in the forest once began as a tiny seed, believing it can. Everything comes in its time, and mine will come too. Now I don't ask tomorrow for replies. I've learned to treasure what today provides. Some roads only make sense in the end, when you look back and see how they blend. I've lost people and chances too, but I found a version of myself I never knew. And I learned that growth is often unseen. Roots work in silence before they're green. I don't want a victory that steals my peace. I'd rather move slowly and never cease, because what is built with patience and truth stands against every storm and proof. Don't punish yourself for moving slow. Mountains have stood for thousands of years, and they were never in a hurry. Trust this, what belongs to you is also making its way toward you. Everything comes in its time, even when I cannot see the sign. There's no rush when destiny is still shaping the person in me. Don't compete, evolve instead, because peace helps dreams get fed. The strongest tree in the forest once began as a tiny seed, believing it can. Everything comes in its time, and mine will come too. Today I stop chasing life and start walking with it, because I finally understand the best stories were never in a hurry. Not everything deserves a reply. Not everything deserves your energy. Sometimes winning is staying at peace. I used to think I had to react and say every word, pay it all back. If the world attacked, I had to fight, not knowing I was losing my life. But I learned that noise doesn't define my worth. Not every battle deserves my voice on earth. Some fights are only meant to steal your peace, and real strength is knowing when to release. Now watch the chaos from far away, not letting it into my inner space, because not everything is personal pain. Sometimes silence breaks the chain, and if the world wants to scream, I choose to breathe. Calm is a form of strength, not weakness but wisdom at its highest lane. Keeping inner peace is how you win, even when no one sees it within. Ignore the noise and let it fade. Not answering hate is the power you made. Choosing tranquility without a fight is the highest form of inner light. I no longer react to everything I see. Not everything deserves energy from me. I've learned to observe without absorbing pain, to let negativity lose its gain. It's not that I don't feel, I just choose my space, where I place my mind, my peace, my pace, because the energy I hold inside is the world I build in my life outside. And if someone tries to break my flow, I don't engage, I let it go. There's no victory in proving you're right if you lose your peace in the fight. The calm mind sees what others can't find. Clearer choices, a grounded design. Not everything needs a reply. Calm is a form of strength, not weakness but wisdom at its highest length. Keeping inner peace is how you win, even when no one sees it within. Oh, ignore the noise and let it fade. Not answering hate is the power you make. Choosing tranquility without a fight is the highest form of inner light. Today I don't win by arguing. Today I win in silence by staying at peace. Something is missing. I got it all, but I still can't stop, because something inside of me keeps speaking. I already touched everything I once dreamed. I can see it now. Lights, money, respect, it all came somehow. Healed my past wounds. It wasn't easy, but I grew. And still there's a silence I just can't lose. The house is full, but the room still feels empty. Like success is talking, but it doesn't feel like me. They look at me and say you made it, you're on top. But in my mind there's a question that just won't stop. It's not about money, fame, or power I gained. It's something deeper I just can't explain. Like my soul is whispering when everything feels right. This is not the end, there's still more in your life. And even if I'm shining, I can't settle down, because my instinct keeps screaming there's more to be found. If I already have it all, why do I still chase? Maybe my heart forgot how to rest in one place, because something is missing, and I don't know what. I got the whole world in my hands, but I still feel stuck. I'm still standing even after I made it through. Like destiny hasn't finished talking to me too. Something is missing, and it keeps me alive. Like the most important thing is still not in my sight. I've won battles I thought I would never survive. Closed every chapter that once drained my life. But when the night falls and everything goes quiet again, there's a question in my mind that won't end. Is it a person, a love I never met? Is it my true self that I haven't awakened yet? Or is it that the soul can't be filled with what you buy? That's why even with everything something still feels dry. Maybe it's not the money or the things I achieve. Maybe it's a bigger reason I still have to believe. Because success without meaning never brings me peace. And the deepest emptiness is something I can't release. And I keep going, I just can't stop. Like the universe is pushing me to search on top. It's not anxiety, it's direction. Like a voice without explanation. Because something is missing, and I don't know what. I got the whole world in my hands, but I still feel stuck. I'm still standing even after I made it through. Like destiny hasn't finished talking to me too. Something is missing, and it keeps me alive. Like the most important thing is still not in my sight. days you wake up not knowing how you feel. A smile on the outside, but inside nothing feels real. No one sees the weight you carry when no one is around. The thoughts that keep on following you without a sound. They say you're okay, but they don't know your truth. Every mind is a universe with its own solitude. And even when you talk, even when you try to explain, some feelings never fully fit inside words and names. And with time you learn something hard to accept. Not everyone will see you the way you see yourself in death. But in all the noise, in the doubt and in the pain, there's a voice that never fails inside your brain. Only you understand yourself when no one else can. When the world doesn't answer, your soul makes a plan. And even if it's confusing and you don't know what's right, deep inside you'll always find your light. Breathe slow, you don't have to hide away. Peace arrives when you learn to believe each day. Even in silence, there's something that feels real. Only you understand yourself, and that's what heals. Not everything you feel can be shared out loud. Some battles are fought without making a sound. And it's okay if sometimes you lose your way. You're not weak for feeling you're human every day. Every invisible wound taught you how to stand. Every sleepless night helped you understand a stronger version of you that doesn't fake a smile, that knows life isn't easy all the time. And when no one understands the way you see the world, remember you can't abandon yourself, my friend. Because at the end, when everything fades away, you're the one who stays. Only you understand yourself when no one else can. When the world doesn't answer, your soul makes a plan. And even if it's confusing and you don't know what's right, deep inside you'll always find your light. Breathe slow, you don't have to hide away. Peace arrives when you learn to believe each day. Even in silence, there's something that feels real. Only you understand yourself, and that's what heals. And if one day you're lost, return within. Your voice has always been there. Together it's easier. Together it's easier. Together it's easier. Together it's easier. Everything used to feel heavier when I was alone, carrying my dreams with no direction or home. But then you arrived and changed my view, like the world finally made more sense with you. It's not just love that keeps us standing here, it's understanding when the path is unclear. It's looking at each other and already knowing the way. It's lifting each other up when we start to break. And I learned that when the connection is real, everything becomes easier to achieve and feel. Not luck, not magic, just energy and truth. Two souls moving with the same proof. Because together it's easier to reach what I dream. With you by my side, I know exactly what I mean. It's not just loving, it's understanding too. Through highs and lows, we make it through. And if the world falls down, build it again. Because with you beside me, there's nothing to end. My only truth, the one I want in my life is you. The one who makes me happy and brings me through. It's not always perfect, storms will come our way, but with you next to me, I know I'll stay. You don't run when things get hard and rough. You stay with me when life gets tough. We are a team, not just hearts that feel. We are a story that we both rebuild. Every problem we know how to face, and what others break, we learn to replace. It's not about never falling down, it's about rising together and wearing the crown. Because real love is not just what we feel, it's choosing to stay and heal. Because together it's easier to reach what I dream. With you by my side, I know exactly what I mean. It's not just loving, it's understanding too. Through highs and lows, we make it through. And if the world falls down, we build it again. Because with you beside me, there's nothing to end. My only truth, the one I want in my life is you. The one who makes me happy and brings me through. And if one day time tries to test our way, I know with you, I'm choosing to stay. Because some loves are born just to grow, and ours was born to win and glow. Little time, big dream. At a young age I learned what it means to lose and win. That what you truly love is something you must keep within. Not everything that shines is meant to stay, and sometimes you must fall to find your way. I grew up watching the world change overnight, as if everything could vanish out of sight. And through doubts and pressure I had to build a stronger ego just to stay fulfilled. Maybe I had to build a shield to walk ahead, because in this world no one waits where you're led. Everything moves too fast, no time to hesitate. You lose more time blinking than you do creating fate. And I don't want this beautiful life to slip away without showing who I am, breaking every chain today. I got fire in my chest, I cannot hide. I'm more than what this world tried to decide. I wasn't born to sit and watch life pass me by. I came to show everything I can achieve and rise. Even if time escapes, I'll use it all. Cause I know I was born to stand tall. Sometimes I get lost inside my own reality, between who I am and who I wanna be. But I stay focused even when it's hard to climb, because fear cannot erase this dream of mine. It's not arrogance, it's just survival. It's growing through experience and revival. If the world keeps changing, I will change too. But never forget where I broke through. And if one day everything starts again, I know I'll rise even stronger then. Because the one who learns to lose and stand also learns how to reach the end of the plan. I don't want this beautiful life to slip away without showing who I am, breaking every chain today. I got fire in my chest, I cannot hide. And watch life pass me by. I came to show everything I can achieve and rise. Even if time escapes, I'll use it all. Cause I know I was born to stand tall. And if time runs faster than me, it doesn't matter, because my story has just begun. Little time, big dream. Loneliness embraces me when the city falls asleep. In the noise of the world, my truth I keep. I walk alone with no one to call, but inside my chest something never falls. I spend nights talking to my inner voice, understanding my wounds, making healing my choice. And even if it looks like no one is around, inside of me there's always hope to be found. Loneliness wraps around me, I can feel it near, but that doesn't mean I'm living in fear, because I learned that being alone is not emptiness. It's learning to listen in the silence. I am not alone even when no one's here. My mind is a company that helps me steer. Loneliness surrounds me but it didn't win, because I found myself deep within. I am not alone even when lights go out. I've got a fire inside with no doubt. And even if silence tries to take control, I know who I am deep in my soul. I've seen faces leave without a word goodbye. People who were everything now just pass me by. But every goodbye taught me to understand that the only constant is my own hand. I don't need crowds to feel at peace. Sometimes silence is what brings release. And even if loneliness tries to make me fall, I look it in the eye and stand tall, because in stillness there is power too. And what's unseen, there's so much to go through. If I get lost outside, I find my way back in. And in my own mind I begin to win. I am not alone even when no one's here. My mind is a company that helps me steer. Loneliness surrounds me but it didn't win, because I found myself deep within. I am not alone even when lights go out. I've got a fire inside with no doubt. And even if silence tries to take control, I know who I am deep in my soul. And if life leaves me in silence again, I stay with myself and rise again. I got tired of carrying problems that weren't mine, being everyone's support while I was falling behind, smiling for others while I was breaking inside, giving all of myself with nothing left on my side. Now I changed my story, it's my time to come first. With discipline in the gym, building from the worst. Every weight that I lift is more than physical pain. It's releasing all the pressure, breaking every chain. It doesn't matter if they don't believe what I can do. I know who I am when I push myself through. I didn't come to ask, I came to create a version of me that refuses to break. I stay focused, I don't look back, because quitters never stay on track. Even if they doubt me, I'm on my mission, building my body, my mind, my vision. I won't stop, no I won't slow down. Every drop of effort turns me around. Even if they don't believe, I'll make it real. That silent workers know how to feel. The gym became my truth, my escape, my place, where pain turns into progress and I embrace the way. While others are resting, I stay locked in my grind, with the hunger of someone left behind. I don't seek approval, I seek elevation, changing my life with each repetition. What broke me before now builds me strong. I stopped letting chance decide where I belong. And if the world doesn't believe, that's fine with me, because I trust myself more than I used to be. There's no limit when you decide to rise, only the power that never lies. I stay focused, I don't look back, because quitters never stay on track. Even if they doubt me, I'm on my mission, building my body, my mind, my vision. I won't stop, no, I won't slow down. Every drop of effort turns me around. Even if they don't believe, I'll make it real. That silent workers know how to feel. Today I chose myself, and I'm never looking back. My circle, my peace, yeah. Today I look back and everything makes sense. Every sacrifice wasn't meaningless. Seeing my family truly growing well fills up my soul in a way I can't tell. There's no greater luxury than seeing them smile at the table in peace, stress gone for a while. If you knew what this feeling inside really is, you never stop saying I love you like this. Time taught me what truly matters to me. It's not about money, it's about family. And even if the world keeps rushing ahead, my closest circle keeps me grounded instead. It makes me happy to see them doing well. My family's growth is the blessing I feel. If you knew how deep this love can be, you never stop saying I love you freely. My closest circle is my reason to stand, what lifts me up when life doesn't go as planned. And even if life tries to pull us apart, I'll always fight for them with all of my heart. I've learned that everything can change and fade, but family is what truly remains. In my hardest days, they were always there, a light that shines through every prayer. No distance can break what love has built, no matter the way, no matter the guilt. That's why every step that I take in this life is to make sure they're alright. And if one day I fall down to the ground, for them I know I always stand back proud. Because real success is simply to see my family is good, and that's enough for me. It makes me happy to see them doing well. My family's growth is the blessing I feel. If you knew how deep this love can be, you never stop saying I love you freely. My closest circle is my reason to stand, what lifts me up when life doesn't go as planned. And even if life tries to pull us apart, I'll always fight for them with all of my heart. I wasn't born just to survive. I came to break the mold. Big dreams, big moves, no fear. They say the sky's the limit, I say I'm aiming higher. Mind on the top even when my pockets are on fire. I don't run from pressure, pressure makes me shine. Diamonds start underground before they own the light. I don't talk too much, I move, that's always been the plan. While they judging my life, I'm building who I am. I don't know luck a thing, everything came through the grind. Every scar I carry turned me into this design. Lost people, lost time, but never lost the vision. I learned that every fall is part of the mission. I'm not chasing fame or a neck full of gold. I just want my mama smiling, that's the dream I hold. If life wants to test me, let it test me again. Storms only build the strongest women and men. No red light can stop me when I know my lane. When purpose calls your name, you don't wait. I'm in legend mode. They can never turn me down. Even if the night gets dark, I know the sun comes around. Step by step, never losing faith. Everything I dreamed, I'm gonna create. We weren't born to hide or live for fake applause. We were born to leave a story that the world remembers. I'm in legend mode, never scared to fall. Because the one who chases dreams has already won it all. Has already won it all. I don't compete with people, I stay in my own lane. Success is a journey, not a picture for the fame. Everybody wants the crown, few can better wait. That's why they don't understand why I can sit and wait. It's not about the mansion or a supercar to drive. It's about getting back up every single time. The clock never rewinds, this moment is the one. Life never sends a warning before your race is done. Do it for the kid who used to dream at night, for the family that's still by your side. Do it for the version of yourself you haven't seen, because your greatest chapter is still waiting to begin. I'm in legend mode. They can never turn me down. Even if the night gets dark, I know the sun comes around. Step by step, never losing faith. Everything I dreamed, I'm gonna create. We weren't born to hide or live for fake applause. We were born to leave a story that the world remembers. No rush, but no stopping. The greatest people never chase time. They made time.